Hello lovely humans and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Charlie and I make makeup and music content. Continuing on from last week's video, we are going to do some more spooky, scary makeup for Halloween. I figured I kind of had to do a vampire look because for the first 12 years of my life, I never went out as anything but a vampire for Halloween. So it just seems kind of fitting. Also, I have these. And with all that being said, let's get into the video. Okay, so as you can see, my complexion already resembles that of a corpse, but I am going to make it a little paler. To do that, I am taking some white eyeshadow on a big fluffy brush and just applying that gently on the high points of my face. Now that I truly look seconds away from passing away, I'm going to start on the eyes. I'm basically just going to do a classic smoky eye, except without the kind of warm tones that you'd typically see in a smoky eye. I'm going to begin with this kind of tan color just to set a base on the eye and to make it a little easier to blend out the black, because I do not have a gray eyeshadow. I'm going to bring that quite high up. I don't know how it looks on camera. I think it's more noticeable in the camera than it is in real life, but it is pretty close to my skin tone. Now I'm going to go in with the black, and I'm going to start by concentrating it along the crease and blending mostly upwards. Also, for anyone with deep set eyes, not hooded eyes, but deep set eyes like I have, it can help to raise your eyebrows while doing the makeup because it stretches the skin out and makes it easier to blend. Now, really what I'm looking for is a very smooth transition from gray to skin tone, or as smooth as I can get it. Now, I typically do one eye completely and then the other eye on this look because I really want the blending on them to match and be very even. I'm going to go over to this eye and do the initial step, and then go back to this one and do the next step. So now I'm going back into the first eye and working on darkening just everything, really. I'm also going to bring it kind of faded about halfway onto the lid. Okay, now I'm going to take an eyeliner pencil and I'm going to do my waterline. And I don't know how well you can see it on camera, but I brought the liner basically to the inner edge of the iris when I'm looking straight forward. Okay, last step on the eyes is going to be mascara on top and bottom lashes. And I'm going to skip my highlighter for this look because I personally do not believe vampires should sparkle in the sunlight, and I'm going to leave it off so that I look more matte and dead. Not that I'll ever look matte with this shiny face, but you know what I mean. I am, however, going to contour. Now, ideally this would be done with a light gray shade, which you could build to be darker as you needed. As I mentioned before, I do not own a gray eyeshadow of any kind. So I am going to go with a cooler toned brown than I usually contour with and hope that looks alright. It is unfortunately also darker, so I'm going to try to use a very light hand, but this might turn out a little bit whack. Okay, it's definitely intense, but for a, sharp-featured vampire, I don't think it's bad. So we're gonna move on. Next, I'm going to do brows. Now, I've decided I'm doing kind of a modern vampire. You'll see the costume in a minute. But for that reason, I've decided to stick with my normal hair and not a cheap Spirit Halloween wig. So I'm going to do my brows pink as usual. Obviously, if you're going to do a similar vampire look, I would recommend just matching the brow color to the wig or your hair just a few shades lighter. Okay, brows are done. Next step, lips. Now, I want this to be a very sharp, bold, red lip look, as is very common on vampires. But I do not have a lip liner, so it'll make getting the edges sharp a bit of a challenge, so I'm going to show you a couple tricks for that. Number 1, a pencil crayon. If you get a pencil crayon wet with just some warm water, it is very, very easy to make it draw on the skin. And you can use this trick to replace a lip liner with a pencil crayon if you don't have a lip liner. The other way is simply outlining the lips in concealer once you've applied the lipstick, and that will usually stop the lipstick from bleeding, and most bleed through will kind of somehow be covered by the concealer. I'm not sure how it works, but it works. Since I have slightly lightened my skin tone for this look, I don't want to go messing with it with the concealer, so I'm gonna use this. Alright, now that I look utterly ridiculous, it's time for lipstick. The last thing I'm going to do before putting on accessories and whatnot is I'm going to put some fang marks on my neck. I'm gonna go with more of like a scarred look, not like a fresh look. I am an experienced vampire. I've been doing this for a while, so I'm gonna have the marks look old. Alright, so I'm going to take this kind of flesh-toned cream paint and a Q-tip, and I'm going to start by just making a couple little circles on my neck. Now I'm going to powder on a little bit of pink eyeshadow onto the area, and it will stick to the dots of cream paint. Now, I don't know how well you can see it on camera, but it actually stands out pretty well in person, so that is where I'm going to leave it. Alright, it's time for fangs, and then I will get the costume on. Alright, that is all from me. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did enjoy, you can leave a like down below and subscribe to see more of me. I do have one more spooky video coming this October, so be sure to stick around for that. I had a lot of fun doing this video, so I really hope you had fun watching it. Again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day, and I will see you soon. Bye!